Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Author in the Spotlight, which is your chance to get to know our authors in the upcoming Children's Mental Health Matters book a little bit more. So today we are joined by Sarah. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm okay, thank you. Yeah.
Good. So without further ado, I will hand over to you and just ask you to tell us a little bit about you, Sarah, the person, not all your responsibilities, but things that you enjoy and just more about you.
Okay. I'm Sarah and oh goodness. I love doing all sorts of things. Although I have been very poorly the last few years. So I am just getting back into things quite slowly, really. But amongst those things, I love photography and being out in nature, being creative, being silly with my kids. Um, just family life and cake decorating. I have actually got an award in cake decorating, which I did a while ago before life drastically changed. Um, and I'm also getting back into my first career was in music teaching, and I'm getting back to flute choir. Um, yeah, so that's me.
Thing. Amazing. I love these interviews because I always learn something new about you all. So it's lovely. And so do you want to tell us a little bit more about your business, the work that you do and reasons for that and who you help and stuff like that?
Yeah. So I relatively recently became a therapeutic coach. So it's a second career. Um, and that's come out of being poorly with COVID and not being able to leave the house. Um, and some days not even being able to leave my bed really for months on end. So leading up to that, also the diagnosis of my daughter, she is autistic with global developmental delay, and my son, who's dyslexic. Um, so we've had an awful lot of challenges, and my recovery has been very complicated and is ongoing. But part of that was learning about nervous system resetting. I did the reset program with Alex Howard, and then I went on to do the therapeutic coaching training. Um, and so out of that, I've gone into therapeutic coaching. So I work predominantly with um, women who are trying to navigate chronic health journeys, and many of them have children with additional needs. Not everybody has children, but it's just working with people dealing with really challenging circumstances. And quite often we can find advice, but it doesn't always cover all the nuances of our situation. So it's client led and um, solution focused, but also honouring what's going on and what's underneath it.
Amazing. And yeah, again, such important work and it can be a lonely journey. So what you offer is amazing and a huge support to many, I'm sure. Um, so thank you for that. So what was it that drew you into wanting to take part in the Children's Mental Health Matters book?
Well, I saw something about it somewhere and I can't remember. Um, but I do remember feeling really excited about it and getting in touch with you and saying, I think I have something worth offering. Um, and I think what I have to offer is less, it's very child focused, but it's less about the child and more about the parent and how we support the child. Because I know as a chronically ill mum, certainly when my daughter was in crisis, it was incredibly difficult. Being sent on positive parenting courses. I don't need this extra. I need help. This is not help. And it was a bit parent blamey. Um, so it was wanting to be able to add to the conversation of how we can support parents, but how through supporting ourselves and looking after our own health and well-being, we can have such an impact on our children, because we need to be okay to help them be okay. And through understanding our own issues, we can actually give more empathy and understanding to them, more compassion. Um, yeah, co-regulating to the best of
Amazing.
our abilities.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah,
so so important. It is so so important because we often hear about looking after ourselves, but it's not. We don't always realize how important it is. So, without giving too much away, do you want to tell us a little bit about what your chapter is about, what it covers?
yeah. So it is about co-regulation, um, and how we can calibrate with each other. So I think anybody can think about a child who's happy, and you're out and you're having a nice time, and they're happy and you're happy and all is well with the world. Well, maybe not anybody, but most of us have at least got that one moment, where, oh, life is amazing. And, you know, um, and yet so many of us are experiencing, especially when we're coming up against additional needs, illness, disability, all those sorts of things, extra challenges before you've even walked out of your house. We're all experiencing massive dysregulation. Um, and when we're dysregulated, we can also have that effect on each other, the children on the parent on the child. I think when we can see what's going on and we understand it and we understand how we work and how we tick, we can start to be more self-compassionate, be more compassionate towards them, have more patience with what's going on. Because often our responses are about what's going on inside us rather than what's going on with them. And it's quite often anxiety or fear driven, what people are going to think, I need to sort this out. Society is it's the parents, sort this out, sort that. There's so much judgment. So it's about observing what's going on. Um, oh, I've lost my words. But
So, yeah,
observing what's going on and understanding it and being empowered really, um, to be able to navigate it in a far more compassionate way.
yeah. And it is a powerful, I say this, I've said this a lot, but it's a powerful chapter. And I think as well that by you sort of breaking down what dysregulation looks like, because I think a lot of the time we don't even realize. If someone goes, well, are you ready? We think, yeah, we're fine, we can't, but actually we're the opposite. So I think that the way it's explained, so you can actually think, oh, okay, just look at it from a different perspective and realize certain things.
Yeah, that's it.
So
And we normalize the states of stress. So some of us, we enter parenthood feeling stressed. And we come up with strategies of how we navigate the world. And then we've got these children, and we love them, we want the best for them, and then they enter a system that we've got no control over, and they're either going to thrive in it or not. And when they don't, and all of a sudden everything turns against you, you're just, what do I do with it? Um, so it is very much, it's meant to be supportive, and it's meant to just shine a bit of light on things that we're just not aware of, you know.
yeah. And it certainly does do that. So if you want to find out more and read more in about Sarah's chapter, then you do keep an eye out for the book, which is coming very, very soon. And so if people, obviously your contact details are within the book, but if people watching this want to connect with you or find out more about you, what's the best way to go about contacting and connecting with you?
You can find me in a couple of places. The Linktree link is in the book, but I don't know how you say a Linktree link
Yeah.
actually.
I
Um,
can put the Linktree link with this interview and then
okay,
everywhere. Yeah.
fabulous. And then I'm also on Instagram. My account is actually very much about our journey with autism, but also my recovery. So it's all there, and it's called Life in a Different Lane.
Amazing, amazing. As I say, I will put the links with the interview when it goes out. Amazing. So before we sort of bring it to a close today, is there anything else you wanted to add or say before we finish up?
Um, just that quite often we are given solutions for things in an isolated way, and they don't consider the obstacles or the challenges that might be elsewhere. And so to be able to hold that and to be able to give that to somebody who can ask the right questions to help us find a way through something that seems absolutely impossible, it's really powerful to know what to accept and what to let go. Um, and so I suppose it's just that we don't need to lose hope completely, because there is always hope somewhere, even if it feels very distant.
And then, yeah, very, very powerful, wise words to end on. So thank you so much for that. Thank you for your time today and for joining us. And please do keep a lookout for the book, which is coming very soon, and keep an eye out for another author in the spotlight. So for now, we will say goodbye. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye.